Adobe Acrobat Studio, so brand new. Show me all the things PDFs can do. Do your work with ease and speed. PDF Spaces is all you need. Do hours of research in an instant with key insights from an AI assistant. Pick a template with a click. Now your prezzo looks super slick. Close that deal? Yeah, you won. Do that, doing that, did that, done. Now you can do that with Acrobat. Now you can do that with the all-new Acrobat. It's time to do your best work with the all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with this plight?
Aha!
Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
Hello. Welcome in. It's Birds for the podcast with your boy Q City. We gonna talk about these Hawks. It's a live react for the Hawks and Cavs game. So, lost to the Cavs. Both came in the game 3-3. We're leaving 3-4, then 4-3, 117 to 109. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Didn't think this game was terrible, right? So. This is our third game without Trey, but it's kind of our first game with knowing Trey's full diagnosis of he's going to be out at least 4 weeks. What does the offense look like? What does the starting lineup look like? What's the lineup down the stretch? I think we started to get some answers for that today. So first things first, starting lineup looks like Jalen, Reese, Zingis and Daniels are going to be basically the starting lineup, right? If you listen to me, I said Reese needs to be right around 22 minutes. He's at 24. Jalen needs to be the hub of the offense. He's at 35. He was 23, 5, and 13. Porzingis is cool. He stayed up under 30 today. I thought he would actually be a little bit higher, but no, it is what it is. We play Na a lot. We play Dyson a lot. They gave 18 to 16 respectfully. Gay didn't play as much as I thought he would, but I understood it because Luke Kennard took a lion's share of minutes. He took 32 minutes, but those 15 points that he had was really needed. Big O out there for 26 minutes. That's a lot. 7, 2, and 5. He seemed a bit more impactful. Excuse me, y'all. But we played 9 guys today. Veet got in there, played a good bit of minutes. What does this offense look like with Jalen as the driving force of the offense? I think was kind of the question tonight. He handled the ball. He had a high usage percentage. I haven't looked up like usage stats or anything like that. For the most part, the offense looked really varied, took advantage of his passing ability. Reese looked better, and I know. Y'all like, dog, is this just a Reese Shea podcast or is it a Hawks podcast? he's a number 1 overall pick, right? I don't want him to be a bust. I don't want him to, not fulfill his potential. And I know you're sitting here, you're like 8-5-2. What potential? Like, first off, 5 assists, very nice. 5 assists in 24 minutes is really good. He had a gimme one on a fast break where Nah got the basket up under the rim. Nah got the ball up under the rim, threw it outlet to him, and he kind of just scooped it to whoever was down there. It was maybe Dyson or no. Dyson got it up under the rim, and he like scooped past it to Nah. He had a really good one where he drove in through across the court to Luke Kennard. But yeah, he was passing the ball. He was active in cutting today. Looked really, really comfortable cutting. He still looked a little lost defensively today. I'm not really sure what that was about because he's had really good moments defensively, right? And his shot just wasn't there. I'm not sure if his offhand is bothering him. He has the cast on that one. Zingis he's big. He can shoot over the top of people. He didn't have a good percentage today. What I really want to talk about was the third quarter. So we go into halftime 52-50, right? Was it 52-50? Yeah, 52-50. And to be honest, we really could have had a bit more. But we go in 52-50. We come out in the third quarter, immediately allow 7 points. It was a 5 or 7? Tone everything down. If you look at it quarter by quarter, we allowed 31, 19, and then 28. So second and third quarters, like average there is, what's that, 47 divided by 2, 23 points, 23 and a half points. That's really, really good holding that to a quarter over a game that's under 100 points. 39 in the fourth. Granted, we scored 33, but 39 in the fourth was the killer. It was a killer. But mainly the third quarter, we allowed 28, but we scored 24. That's, to be honest, we really could have scored 27 because of that late foul was called off as a 3. But like, that is what I wanted to see. And I know, we got outscored, but like, no, we had a run at the end of the quarter, which ended up being 11-0 instead of 14-0. Ended up being 11-0 because at that point, was that 28-13? Those are what the fourth quarters have been like. We didn't win the third, or that's what the third quarters have been like this year. We didn't win the third quarter, but we were respectable in the third quarter, put ourselves in a position to have a good fourth quarter. Game kind of got away from us. Actually, no. We were neck and tied for a good bit of it. We took a 2-point lead with like 4 minutes left. And then from there, it kind of just went downhill. Late game situation, ball handling. I feel like when that's going to be a kicker. That's what you need Trey for. I know a lot of people, I don't like us losing, but I feel like a lot of the narrative surrounding Trey is woefully unfair, right? And it's easy to point when we have a free-flowing offense or an efficient offense or guys are having bigger games, it's very easy to just say, oh, Trey's the reason why this person isn't going off. Trey's the reason why this person isn't living up to their potential. And usually that's not the case. If you're watching the games, they're running a different offense. They're running really high post stuff. They're getting Porzingis instead of at the, like, from the free throw extended, they're getting him in the wing or they're getting him exclusively in the post. And they're not really overly running plays for him. For Trey, you saw a lot of pick and pops with him at the 3. We took an embarrassingly low number of threes compared to the Cavs who put up a bunch of threes. We took 23 tonight. They took 57, right? And they hit 20 of them. So like that's 35%. We hit 50 from the field, but like threes be 2s. You know what I'm saying? We 6 for 23. We're not Boston. We're not Boston. We're not the Cavs. We're not going to put up 45, 50, 57 threes. That's bananas. Like, that's just not our game. And I don't think we had the scorers to do it, but, Mitchell scored 37. Mitchell kind of always has has huge games waiting for Quinn. This old coach, and he just decided like, bruh, I'm finna have it out for you. Luke Kennard, who I've had a lot of smoke for early in the season, looks to be finding his groove. I hope that he keeps that. I hope that he keeps that once Trey comes back and is a focal point in the offense, right? Like with him not being one right now, it's very, very easy for Luke to kind of find his rhythm with people around. Jalen does a great job of finding him. He works well off offensive rebounds. We were real gritty on the offensive boards tonight. On the defensive boards, that's where we kind of needed some help. That it was real frustrating to watch Atlanta consistently play 23 seconds of good defense, and the Cavs get bailed out by a big three or them not secure the rebound, and the Cavs hit a three off the rebound, right? And sometimes it wasn't even a three. Sometimes it was just like a bounce out to a three, and then, someone cutting in behind that. So, like there was one sequence where I think it was Wade missed a three, bounced out. It got Lonzo tapped it out. It hit Mitchell. Mitchell then like just did a quick touch pass into Mobley, and those type of situations really, it's kind of disheartening. It's kind of frustrating because it's like, man, y'all played good defense and y'all held them doing exactly what you needed to do, but then the defense isn't able to secure the rebound in the possession and get started on the offense. They didn't have a go-go type of frame. Their pace wasn't super high, but I think they moved at a decent pace for the game, and they kind of hid the fact that they struggle a bit in the half court. Cleveland was able to slow it down toward the end of the game and force us into multiple half court possessions, which ended in a lot of turnovers. As you saw at the beginning of the game, we started the game with like 3 straight turnovers, 7 points, and then they, called a timeout. But I know in the first half, we were at like 13 turnovers, cleaned it up in the second half, and they were able to, get a lead for a little minute, play it very close, but ultimately weren't able to bring it home. This is life without Trey, right? Like we have to find a way to consistently get offense. It looks like that's going to be the case. We have got to put up more threes. We're pretty low on threes right now, so we've got to put up some more threes. See what that looks like. So we're out. We're on to Tuesday night versus the Magic at home. This is a pretty light week, so we'll do Tuesday versus the Magic, and then we have Friday Raptors and then Saturday Lakers on a back-to-back. But I'm not going to talk about them until the pod on Thursday, because that's when the Hawks pod always drops. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for listening. Follow us at BOAF Media on all social platforms. It's been your boy Q City, and I'm out. Peace. Hello. Welcome in. This is Birds of a Feather podcast with your boy Q City, coming to you live after a Hawks win. Love to see it. So your Atlanta Hawks won against the Atlanta Magic 127-112. This was a wire-to-wire beating. We love to see it. I got a couple things I want to fire off. So first things first, Zachary Richichet had a game. He had a whale of a game. He had 21 points in 21 minutes at one point. He ended up getting some garbage time minutes late. He's staying between 22 and 28 for the season. Now, hear me out, because I have been saying that that's his sweet spot right now. And him not being in on really the game deciding lineups or the end of game lineups, I think is critical into saying what they actually think about his ability to be a winning player right now. But he's a former number 1 overall pick. He had the hot hand. I would have loved to see him out there more. it looked like he had a lot of confidence in his shot tonight. 21 points. He maybe had 4 dribbles. Maybe, right? He didn't put the ball on the floor much. My thing is shot creation off the dribble, ball in your hand, with facing up against your defender is a weak point for him. That does not mean he's not a good player, right? And you saw that tonight when he is engaged, he has high activity, he can cut off the ball. He is giving you so much, right? He's giving you so much, and that's definitely the type of player that you want on the team that is going to there's going to be a building block. I loved how he played tonight. This is the Reach you want to see every night. 21 points. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a little bit of a bump, but I truly think at this point in his career, he could be a 14 to 17 point scorer. And, he might need closer to 28 minutes than the 22 to get there. But like, if this is what you're going to get with him, then absolutely, absolutely play him closer to that 28-minute mark. You get 16 to 17 points out of him in year 2 at 28 minutes, then giving him a starting role and whatnot, letting him blossom, you're looking at a 20-point per game score plus. And for me, that's not a bust as a number 1 overall pick. And he's still young. He is still young. He is 21 years old. Man was just able to drink in the U.S. So, yeah, I'm not upset with it at all. Hold on. Is he even 22? Give me one sec. No. Or is he even 21? No, he was drafted in 2005. He's 20 this year, right? We'll see when his birthday is. He's 20 right now. You know what I'm saying? He'll turn 21 this year. He's a baby. You know what I'm saying? But 20-year-old, getting right now he's averaging 9 points. If he can get you up to 14 to 17 throughout the season, you're really on pace. You're at a good spot. Congratulations on scoring his 1,000th point. Next, Jalen Johnson. He looked decent, didn't score as much as I wanted him to. I wish he was a bit more aggressive down the back end. They took the ball out of his hand a little bit, but I think that's because he's our half-court initiator for the most part. I'm going to get to that. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had the ball a lot. Dyson Daniels had the ball a lot. 18, 6, and 6 for him. 18, 7, and 7 for him is literally the golden stat line. That's going to get him another $100 million contract after this one runs out. 18, 6, and 6. I think he had 3 steals. He is so impactful to the game, right? I wanted Jalen to be a bit more aggressive. Kristaps is, at this point in time, I feel like you're getting what you're going to get out of him, right? He's averaging right up under 30 minutes. You have a really good piece in the front court in Gaye. And to be honest, we got to find a way to get him some more minutes and be an active participant within the flow of the game, because one, if you saw it for any length of time, he matches up very well with Paolo and that type of face up big 4, big 3 score. So you're thinking Paolo. Rui doesn't really put the ball on the floor like that, but you're thinking Paolo, Laravia, he's probably not. No. Ant will cook him, but Julius Randle, that type, you're definitely gonna you want him on the floor. And I tweeted it out. Him, Big O in the front court, their energy that they bring really puts a lot of pressure on teams, right? Guy has he's got a lot of ability. He's at 18 minutes right now. I would love to see a way to get him up to 20, between 20 and 22, but then also you traded for Kristaps. He does play well. He stretches the defense. Obviously he's a starter, but minutes there are eaten into minutes elsewhere. Big O had 27 minutes, but he was impactful tonight, so I do give him props on that. Way more impactful than he was in the last game. Back to 500. That's a plus. All right. So those are all of our pluses. Let's get the pessimism out the way. All right. This is Orlando. Orlando scored 112, probably one of their higher outputs of the season. I'm having all the propaganda toward Orlando. And this is the beautiful part, especially about like doing the lives after, because like I watched the games. You know what I'm saying? In both games versus Orlando struggled to score, right? Called it out on the Hosspod, called it out on Twitter, called it out on the groups that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? The Hoss groups that I'm in. If we could make this a fast court game, if we can make this a fast game, if we can make this a full court game, Orlando can't run with us. Orlando cannot score at a high level. Desmond Bane was frustrated. He ended up getting a little bit on. And then, you know, we were able to disrupt it. Dyson had great switchability on him. Gaye had switchability on him. He was getting cooked by Reach on the other end, and it was all bad for him. He ended up making a frustration foul. I hate the fact that Gaye was the only one who really seemed to take offense to it, who really seemed to bow up about it when it was like real life a dirty play. But yes, Orlando struggles to score, right? And if you watch Orlando, they struggle to score. Franz was damn near non-existent tonight until like the second half. He ended up having 18. Yeah, that was a quiet 18, bro. Tristan Da Silva, yeah, he scored a couple threes late to give he ended with 20 points. He was the second leading scorer behind Paolo. I think he honestly forgets he's 6'9", 250, 6'9", 6'10", 250, bro. Like it's almost as though he forgets, and he settles for fading mid-rangers and threes, and then like a switch flipped in like 8 minutes left in the third, where he was just like, actually, I'm a big mofo. I'm just going to run at the I have a handle, so I'm just going to run at the basket every time, and you're either going to have a no call, I'm going to force action at the rim, or you're going to call it. And like he's averaging like 10 free throws a game. To be honest with you tonight, he could have had like 19, 20 easily if he just kept that aggression up. And I don't know what that is. I'm going to be honest with you. I watch Orlando, but I'm not like in the ins and outs of their offense like that to know what is keeping that from being a regular occurrence, besides the fact that, like, of course, defenses are running the ball and whatnot. But like, put your head down, get to the rim. I expected to see it more, and when he did it, he was super effective, and then got us in the bonus with like, I think it was like 7 minutes left in the quarter. We were in the bonus. Everybody frustrated, throwing their hands up, and it's like, you want to be mad, but like, bro, y'all are fouling him, and he's big, he's agile, he adjusts in the air. That's foulable. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen, and so, you know, hey, I'm glad he settled a lot on that. Orlando is just not, they're just not prolific offensively. They're not anybody that you honestly feel like you have to worry about on the offensive end. Usually their menaces on the defensive end, but in a fast court up and pace down game, especially when, you know, they're driving and losing the ball in the lane, they're having multiple instances of fumbling the ball out of bounds, they're not keeping up with you. And hell, we won the 3-point battle for the I don't know what time this year, but we put up 30, which is a decent number, and 43% of those. So we hit 13 of them. I love that number. 13 threes isn't terrible. On 127 points, 13 threes is really, really good. You score 127, you expect like 17, 18 threes, you know what I'm saying? And to put up closer to 37, 38 to keep that, like a 43% is good, but like you expected like 7, 8 more shots and like 5 more makes. And the fact that you were able to do that at 13 lets you know that like we were getting to the rim. Free throw, put a lot of free throw pressure on them, right? Attacking the rim, we put a lot of free throw pressure on them. Porzingis scored 18. Porzingis scored 15. 9 of it had to be at the line. 9 of it easily had to be at the line. We're putting a lot of pressure on them I wouldn't say foul baiting, but like, we got him in foul trouble multiple times. Love this was a nationally televised game. This is a lot of people's first introduction to the Hawks. You see the vision, right? So when we talked about Hawks free agency and Hawks draft and who they re-signed, it was all about surrounding Trey with long switchable defenders who could shoot and have Trey really be the orchestrator of the offense. You end up signing Naw. You see that he has creation off the shot capabilities that he wasn't showing in Minnesota because his role necessarily didn't dictate it. But now he's really asked to be a six-man option scoring threat, right? Especially because Riche really struggles on ball like creation. He's much better off ball right now. Jalen is your secondary creator. So right now it benefits to really have him just chuck and go. And he's not really chucking, but that's really the offensive mindset that he has. And I'll blame him for it. It's working right now. The thing that I want to get to is the Trey slander, right? Oh, we're better without Trey. Oh, you see, we won games without him at this point. What were we, 1-3 with Trey? We got hurt in the Nets game. We beat the Nets, who still haven't won a game. We beat the Pacers, who I'm not sure if they won a game or not. I can look at the standings when I do the full pod, but the Pacers were defeated when we played them. And then we beat an Orlando Magic team for the second time, right? We beat them the first time with Trey in pretty similar fashion. We beat them the second time off a night where they just didn't have it. And they made a little run toward the end. One thing I want to point out, 19 turnovers. We had, it was either 19 or 20 turnovers, bro. Like, we did a terrible job taking care of the ball. And we have been a high turnover team since Trey's been out. If you remember for the Indy game, we turned the ball over 4 straight times to start that game. And I think we had 6 in the first quarter. So, like, we're a really high turnover team right now. And that's by definition not having a true point guard or true general bring the ball up the court and whatnot. But then also our half-court offense is not good, right? We scored 127 right now, and like, not gimmick per se, but we were able to go tonight. When we play people that are able to shut down Atlanta from an athletic standpoint, slow the game down and force you into half-court sets, we are extremely vulnerable. And it's how Orlando got back into the game. Them making shots and forcing you to bring up and setting themselves into a defense puts you in a position where Atlanta, like, we have cutters. Dyson is extremely active on the back end. Nas extremely active. We have decent passers in Jalen. Can stand to be a better passer. I feel like he missed on a couple back doors. Nas a creative passer, but like, honestly, you really value him for his ability to get a bucket right now. And so, that's a glaring hole. And I think that's one of those things when we have certain units out on the floor, Veet Dyson, Veet Naw with big old Gaye and just like Reach or Luke on the floor. And it's like, who bringing the ball up, bro? Because who bringing the ball up? Who's putting us in assess? Is Dyson. Dyson, he doesn't struggle to pass. He's just like, and he's a willing passer. He gets caught in the air a little too much. He wants that spin move and that float game by the rim, but he'll stop on 2 feet and then he's looking for a dump off on a cut, or he's looking to kick out. 2 feet in the paint is hard to be mad at it, but like, he's not just like an instinctual passer. Like, I would say Jalen has shown to be, or obviously like Trey is, and even Keaton. V, honestly, even though he played tonight, didn't have a bunch of ball handling duties. He knocked down a Trey. Did he knock down 2? I just remember him knocking down 1. He may have knocked down 2. He ended with 7 points. But like, those 11 minutes he was on the court, he was, he wasn't really handling the rock like that. Keaton played a lot toward the end, but he almost fell out of rotation tonight. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they were really, really confident in Naw, Dyson, and Jalen handling the ball. And that might be what it is for the next, 4 weeks, life without Trey. Appreciate you guys. Our next game is group stage versus the Raptors. I'll be doing the full pod on Thursday for the Hawks. So honestly, we'll just be talking about these two games, the Cavs in this game here. But we look forward to it. I appreciate you guys. Follow us at BOAF Media on all social media platforms. As always, the DMs are open, so we can do City Talk. If you hop on the live after each and every game, the chat is always open. We can discuss things. I try to keep these a little short because I package them all together at the end of the week, and you can get these live reacts on Saturday morning. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all. Love y'all. It's been your boy Q City, and I'm out. Peace.
So it's supposed to happen after every game. Hello. Welcome in. It's your boy Q City. Family time, bro. Like I really just was enjoying the family last night. So I had to watch the game back. I caught like the first half, and I just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel right on my end coming to give a live react if I hadn't watched the whole game, right? Lakers game starting here in a few. Just my thoughts on last night's game. The whole "we don't need Trey" crowd. Thank you. Thank you for exposing yourself and your knowledge and what you actually know about ball. Because there's no way that you watched that game last night and thought, oh, I think Atlanta needs a point guard. Right? Like, I think somebody who could slow the offense down, put people in position, run sets effectively, right? And end with getting a bucket might be needed right here, right? There's this one dude on Twitter, I don't know his name, but he always like posts like life without the dictator, right? Because like Trey does dictate the offense. Trey has extremely high usage. He averaged at 25 and 10. He's going to touch the ball. There's not too many possessions he's on the court that he doesn't, right? But I think the thing that frustrates me about that is that at multiple times, Trey has ceded ball handling capabilities and ball handling duties to multiple people. He did it with Murray. He's doing it with Johnson. Because I think having Trey on the floor, you recognize, damn, we are at a defensive liability. And what we need to do is find a way to not have such a load on him, especially if he's going to try on defense, which he has. He has the whole Trey is gonna be bad on, like, Trey's so bad on defense and whatnot. Like he's 6'1", bro. And Trey is extremely nifty and stop and go, but he's not like this amazing over the top athlete. And even if he was, the offensive load that he carries does not lean itself to him being an all-world defender. It just doesn't. And that's okay. Like, you need people on your, like, everybody on the team got to play a role, right? Speaking of playing your role, Mo Gay, I've seen him guard Paolo. Last night, I watched heavy minutes on Scotty Barnes, and I watched him switch to Brandon Ingram. Man is playing a role. He's carving out his minutes in his niche by saying, I will be the most hustle play defender that you have on your team. And if it don't get me paid here, it's going to get me paid somewhere. And I respect it from Buddy. I respect it, right? Jalen, your role coming into the year was to be secondary playmaker, secondary ball handler, and then you find spurts to run the offense by using your passing IQ, crashing to the boards. He knocked down like 3 threes last night, right? I ain't got the stats in front of me. He knocked down like 3 threes. Like, expand the game. But now you're forced into a different role, right? N.A. forced into a different role because Trey's not there. So, like, sometimes people be like, oh, you got to step up, or everybody gets a chance to step up. Like, the 3 teams that we beat were terrible. The end of the Nets game, winless. The Pacers were winless at the time we faced them. The Magic can't score. And to be fair, the Raptors aren't really great at scoring, but the Raptors have exactly what Orlando had a lot last year, which is We struggle scoring, but we've got really good athletes that can get to the rim. Maybe don't do a great job creating, but if we go ahead and speed the game up, make it an up and down game, and our athletes are crashing toward the rim, you can't stop us. And then we lock you down defensively. And if you don't have somebody who can break that, you're in some trouble. Up until middle of last week, the Raptors' only win was Atlanta. Now they've managed to get another one off us, right? So they're sitting at 5-4. We're sitting at 4-5. The rotations, of course, I have my issue with the rotations. Then it looked like because of backlash, and I'm not saying that Coach Quinn is reading the tabloids or anything, but I think there was understandable frustration about Zachary having a really good game and not being in there with the ending five. And it almost felt like I'm going to show you. And had him out there in the ending five when the ball had been stagnant for 8 minutes before that. Atlanta scored 8 points in the final 11:35. That was disgusting. We were up 10 to down 8 and then down 10. And I remember seeing the tweet and just being like, this is a 20-point swing right now. Strictly because we can't score. We can't get good offense out. And people just in bad roles right now and whatnot. And having a point guard does fix a lot of that. Cason Wallace had a rough night, right? And we have these troubles at home. I think is the other frustrating part is that a lot of our wins have come on the road this year. Regardless. The Hawks, we've got to tread water. This was our first quote unquote. I mean, they've got a winning record, so it's really not quote unquote, but this was the second good team that we faced without Trey. And these are the results. Like the Thunder, they're a buzzsaw. Not the Thunder, the Cavs, we faced them without Trey. They're a good team. They smacked us around, right? The Raptors, 5-4, they're a good team, right? And with being a good team, they were able to control the game, control the tempo of the game. Now, the last person I really want to get to, Kristaps, is 7'2". And that man was out there shooting like he's 8 inches shorter. Literally shooting like he damn near a foot shorter from 40 feet, bro. I know you can stroke it. No diddy. I know you can shoot, bro. But get your ass into the mid post. I'm not even saying you got to get in the paint and bang around. Get in the mid post and shoot over cats. What are you walking into? Like you're the trailer shooting a 40-foot three. The kahuna's on this one. The absolute muspa, right? Just the idea that and they really FU shots, right? They're dagger shots, and I'm not gonna lie with it. Some of them came while we were up 8, 10, right? And that is the type of shot where, you hit that shot. You were up 8, now you're up 11. They're calling a timeout because we had a couple of those runs, especially in the first. But once that offense stalls, it becomes very, very hard to still take those shots and be motivated. You're the trailer taking a 40-foot three, bro. If I'm in the deep corner off sideline, bro, and my man runs a 45 to the on sideline corner, bro, I gotta run all the way down there, catch him, hopefully still get into the defensive stance within Florida offense, because when you shoot long threes, you have long rebounds, right? So you're it's like you're creating a fast break because I saw this 2 times off the top of my head. I seen it. You trail, right? So think about it. You got somebody on the bench quarter, somebody on the off corner, right? You've got one guy on the wing, holding the ball, and then you got a guy, let's just say mid post, right? Porzingis comes up, trailer. You pass the ball to him, he shoots a 40-foot three. It's a long rebound. If dude in the short corner, right, takes off immediately, he is already 2 seconds behind the guard that got the long rebound and had nobody to beat but Porzingis. Even if Porzingis shoots and then starts backpedaling to try to stop, that's putting us in bad actions, right? That's putting us in bad actions. Sorry about that. That's putting us in bad actions. It's putting way too much pressure on the rim. It's putting us in foul trouble. It happened over and over and over again. And like, I'm not banging on Porzingis because Reese did it too, right? Reese had a decent game starting out, but like he didn't have a great impact late. I think, and nobody had a great impact late, right? Jalen made some good passes. He got sold a couple times. Mo was out there guarding his ass off, but just like you need somebody to settle the offense and get it down. You need somebody to bring it all together. So for the we don't need Trey crowd, here you go. There you go. That's just great expense as to why you need this type of player. Let's watch the Lakers. Let's go Hawks. Spin your boy Q City. I'm out. Peace.
Hello, welcome in. This is Birds of a Feather Podcast with your boy Q City coming to you live after a beautiful Hawks win versus the Los Angeles Lakers. So your Atlanta Hawks are now 5-5 with a 122-102 victory against the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, I loved everything about this game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Came out first quarter, had about 8-point lead, had an 8-point lead. We beat the Lakers in every quarter but the fourth, where basically bench guys were in. Now, coming into this game, you're thinking, ooh, Trey's out, obviously, right? Trey's going to be out for at minimum the next 3 weeks. In a dub, 195 consecutive games, low back sprain, so he's out, right? And honestly, I think it's just like a back-to-back. This is his, because people talk about like, oh, he's got a big contract and whatnot. Miles Bridges is the only person I know that has had like that super big contract and still like as a starter night in, night out played. And then I'm not disparaging or discouraging anything that he specifically has done, right? But he's had times where they'll lower his minute count or they'll do enough just so that he gets credit for playing the game and starting. You know what I'm saying? But his Iron Man streak is legendary, tough as hell, right? This is in A-Dub's first big contract. You see how he's playing. He is a like valuable part of the team, like really a piece of the core for who he's going to be. And with Trey out, you cannot afford to risk his health. So it made a lot of sense to me that like we've got to err on the side of caution 2 nights in a row. Hey, you're not playing tonight. And he's played heavy minutes the past couple nights, which I think has led to was kind of the ineffectiveness versus the Raptors, right, for the whole team. Zingas is out, managing his pot syndrome. There's nothing you can do about that one, right? Like you understand what his illness is. You've signed him to the contract that you signed him to. Now you have to manage with his illness. He's going to miss probably, 1 out of every 4-ish games. That's what it's tracking to right now, and that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. It ain't no 2 ways around that. And then who else was out? JJ was out. Jalen was out, and Luke Kennard was out, missed his 2nd straight game. Now, that's 5 guys now, which means you only dressed 10. You sent Toppin down. You sent Newell down for to the College Park Skyhawks, but they played in Toronto. So Toppin ended up playing and had to fly back. Newell, you didn't let play, like you just kept him at home. But both those guys needed to suit up for you tonight. Just had to suit up for you. And I think Atlanta thought, okay, this is going to be a dogfight because the rotation stayed at around 8 for the longest. Ballooned it up to 10 late in the game. But then you you got 11 dudes playing? Yeah, because Dante got in super late. I think, and I have been on his behind about his rotations this year. I think knowing that you really only had 10 guys and then you were blowing them out the way you did, I think he did a great job of balancing minutes, right? So, like, Dyson Daniels played a lot of minutes tonight, right? He played 36 minutes. Keaton Wallace also played 36 minutes. Keaton Wallace he's your backup point guard now, and he's going to be an integral part of the team. Big O got 32. Mo Gay got 34. Reish got 27. Asa got 27. Veet got 24. Caleb Houston was the one that kind of like did the spot minute check across the whole thing. I think it got really dicey when you get into the fourth and you're so far up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to get guys hurt. I don't want to overplay guys. I don't want to underplay guys. I think we did a great job overall of like keeping a steady flow of the game. That's one. So I give Coach Quinn credit for that. 2, Mo Gay is a name people got to know. 21-7-7, right? That's beautiful. But like, it's not just the boards, right? It's not just the assist. I would say the Hawks scoring 120 points, somebody's got to make those shots, right? Like, but just honestly, like, somebody's got to make the shot, somebody's got to make the assist. The ball was moving, it wasn't sticking tonight. We have struggled from 3 this season. Like, we've not been super prolific from 3. The 3 ball was falling tonight was part of it, but the other part of it is that the Lakers suffer from not having point of attack defensive stoppers. Like, their perimeter defense is actually pretty terrible, right? And back when they had AD, it was like, okay, we don't have to super invest in perimeter defense because we could funnel toward the inside and we have an eraser down there. Well, the defensive game plan hasn't really changed because your personnel hasn't overly changed. And like, LeBron coming back ain't going to fix that. Vanderbilt played the weird minutes tonight. Actually, how many minutes did Vanderbilt have tonight? He had 28 minutes, but they were very weird. But you're kind of relying on him to be your best perimeter defender. Marcus Smart, he's good. He's just older. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of in that wily veteran type of mode. But overall, like, the Lakers don't have great perimeter defense. So they're funneling things inside. And, like, when they get inside, Ayton's not like a huge shot blocker. So they're collapsing. And they have been left wide open for the 3. Wide open for the 3. And usually Atlanta can't capitalize on that. Tonight they did, to a high regard. Reish had 19 points, 4 threes. That's a beautiful game. That's exactly how you want him to play. Mo Gay with the driving kick, Keaton Wallace with the driving kick. Dyson Daniels had a career day, 10-13 at 8. He was on triple-double watch for a little bit, but like a couple steals. He's now the franchise leader in steals. This was such a beatdown. It was such a beatdown, and it felt great coming off that Raptors game. All the "we don't need Trey" noise is gonna start up again, especially considering the assist numbers. But like, you guys, Dyson had 13 assists. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keaton 7, Mo Gay 7. That's no different than like Trey would have had more points. You know what I'm saying? But like, the assist numbers are going to be there because somebody's got to make the shots. The flow of the offense was really good. And the Lakers are it's a bad matchup for them. It's a bad matchup for them, how the team was presently constructed. And no one's saying that we don't need KP or JJ or anybody else. It's just, I think the Lakers kind of overlooked us a little bit coming in. And then the avalanche started, and it was hard for them to catch back up. We won this game by 20. We were up by like 32 or 34 at one point. It was a true and total beatdown, and it felt amazing. It's new. Hey man, that is a nice looking rookie. Active on the boards, active shooting. He got a nice stroke to him shooting the ball. I want to see some more of him. I don't think he's an 82 game player. Probably only going to be called up in event of an injury, but I think he's a solid 9-10 guy, right? Maybe not in this rotation right now. And I think that speaks to kind of the next point I was getting to. So I'm thinking of our team as whole, right? You got Trey, Dyson, Reese, JJ, and KP, right? First man off the bench is in A-Dub. The money dictates that. The style of play dictates that. The skill set dictates that. Your seventh man is Luke Kennard. He's hurt right now, but I got on him first 2-3 games of the season for, his level of aggression, but the spacing that he provides is absolutely necessary and very much needed. He's a pro, like a pro shooter, right? You give up a little defensively with him being on the court, but he's active enough. And with the type of offense that you're playing, with Reese being on the floor as a spacer, O being on the floor as a spacer, you need to continue to have spacers on the floor. So if you want to say Big O is 7-man and Luke's 8, that's fine. But when you shorten to your 8-man playoff rotation, those two are in it, right? So that's 8. Keaton Wallace is your 9th man, right? Moke is your 10th man. I'm going to be honest with you. 10th man Gay might have pushed himself into 9, right? And with Luke out, everybody's kind of pushed up right now, right? Luke out and A-Dub out, everybody's kind of pushed up right now. But Gay is your 9th, 10th man right now. People hollering for him to get more minutes. Maybe over the course of an 82 game season, he'll average out to about 16, 18, somewhere in there. But for him to be playing, somebody else has to not play, right? There's only 5 dudes on the basketball court. Who's not playing? Because his minutes are you not playing JJ? His minutes, are you not playing KP? KP has stayed up under 30 minutes so far for the season. So I'm not sure if that's he's on a soft minute restriction, or he's working his way back and they're going to gradually increase throughout the year, or is this just the player he is? In which case, you need a 10th man who's going to play 16 to 18 minutes, right, at that position. And he's active on the boards. I've seen him slide down, guard multiple defenders. Tonight he was on Laravia. He was on Connect for a little bit. When he got switched on Luka, it was barbecue chicken. But he played Aiton. He's a very versatile defender. Love him on the court, right? You got to find the minutes for him. So that's 10. 11 is V. It just is facts. Is V, right? When you get to your 12, 13, 14, 15, man, those are really interchangeable, right? And so, if you want to say Ace is 12, does it benefit him more to be the 12th man on the bench, possibly get in spot check foul trouble after, because even position he's playing, you can slide JJ up or down, you can slide Reach up or down, you can slide KP up or down, you can slide Mo up or down, you slide Big O up or down, 4 or 5, some of those in the 3s, right? You can slide them up in whole front court. You've got 5 dudes in front of you. Reese can probably go up to the 2, but you got 4 dudes legit in front of you before you can get minutes and deal with foul trouble, et cetera, et cetera. And then even V, really, honestly, can play the 3 a little bit. So it's a long runway before you can get on the court. Would your time be better spent developing playing basketball, like playing games, right? Being with the being with the College Park Hawks. Is that the best way to like keep you fresh, keep you motivated, keep you engaged throughout the season? Because you're not going to get a lot of time and opportunity here, and I don't really think you can work your way into the rotation like that. Just to be honest, it's going to be very hard to work your way into the rotation. I think we've seen spots, right? I think we've seen spots. If anything, I think we're kind of just decimated, like especially tonight. We're decimated at the guard spot, right? We're decimated at the guard spot. We have 4 guards. One was playing. So, if he was more of a guard, it'd be possible, but that's not his game. I say Reach can slide up to the 2 just from a shooting perspective. It's glaringly obvious how uncomfortable he is with the ball in his hand. And like, that is not a quality I think is commensurate of a number 1 overall pick. And that this is about as, hard as you're going to see me be on Reach. But like, there was one possession where he got the ball at like the free throw line, turned his back, dribbled up toward the 3-point, turned up toward the 3-point line, and then passed the ball to Mo Gay in the corner. Mo did a show fake, hard drive, 2 dribble, put his feet in the paint, and then I'm not sure if he shot like a hook floater or he passed out or whatever it was. But like, I just remember seeing that play and being like, yo, like Mo looks so much more comfortable with the ball in his hands than Reach does, right? In terms of just like a dribble and attacking perspective. So like when Reach is dribbling the ball, he's like dribbling to escape and then pass off, or he's dribbling to like one pull up, set up a shot, or he's not dribbling at all. And it's just like, man, you do not look or feel comfortable with the ball in your hands. So like, I want to see that part of his game develop more. And he's spoken on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm, delivering breaking news here, but if that's the most critical I can be on this game or be on him, then that's what I want. This was a beautiful game. I loved it. Let's go Hawks. We will be back in on Monday at the Clippers. So we got a day's rest, and then we're traveling west. So tune in to the Hawks pod. We'll be dropping that later on tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Follow us at all platforms at BOAF Media. It's been your boy Q City, and I'm out. Peace.
Mama.